SD music. Akachi neke naputu makagi, naputu makagi. You say yes, so nobody else can say no. Nobody else can say. Luwa Moses, open the sea for me. Open the sea for me. Life is sweet though when person get money. When person get money. Shaking a glory.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another beats making episode. It's your boy SD Music, back again with another beats making tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I flip a sample to make an Afrobeat type of instrumental in FL Studio. Also, if you need the beats or the project file, let me know. Without further ado, let's get started.
Waka waka waka, I go many places. So far too much, my people there. Now you they carry me when the spirit day down. You keep me company when the day outside. That the confirmation you can locate me.
All right, first let's listen to the beats without the freestyle, then before we jump into the composition. Let's go.
SD music.
Okay, that's basically what the beat is made of, and a couple of alterations in between the verses. This beat we are using some 12 patterns to compose it. On pattern one, we have this percussion instruments that was played through FPC. Sounds like this. On pattern two, we have another percussion instruments with slight variation. On pattern three, we have the chord instruments played through Toxic Biohazard. Cool. On pattern four, we have the trumpets. We have the trumpet instruments that was used, I think, at the verse, at the chorus section. We have another variation. This one is a lower octave. Then we have this other one. Cool. On pattern five, we have the snare drum, which comprises of this FPC and this kick sound to create this sequence. That was used at the verse section for the build up and for the progression. Then we have these bass instruments played from Nexus VST. Sounds like this. Cool. Also, we have another version of the bass instruments with slight variation. So it's more like a lower octave of the previous bass sound. On pattern 8, we have this percussion roll mixed with some kick just to create alterations at one time in the beats. Okay. Also, we have another version of that. Sound like this. Used also as a variation in the beats. This one is just the 808 kick. Cool. Then on pattern 10, we have this spicy sequence that comprises of some FPC kick and 808. Also a variation that we use to create another, uh, you know, to create energy in the track. Sounds like this.
SD Music.
Those ones are the drum roll. Then on pattern 11, we have this electric guitar, which is, I think, the most pronounced instrument in this beat. Sounds like this. Yeah. It might not sound so cool because it's more like a freestyle over the track, not like a particular pattern or not like it's in a particular pattern or order of the groove. Then we have this last minute change, which is this dark bass that I played through Toxic Biohazard to to bring up the variations in between. Sounds like this. Cool. That's for all the instruments that we are using for this beat. Then the most important part of the beat is this sample right here. Let me play you the original sound because I have tuned this one a little bit. Just hold up. Let me pull it up. Okay, sound was gotten from a cymatic pack, and it sounds like this originally. All right. I hope you heard that. Cool. So what I did is just to firstly, what I like to do before I start tempering my sample, I like to turn on the stretch option. The reason why I like to do this is because when I might not be able to be decisive with the tempo initially. So in case if I need to increase the tempo, I don't need to worry about the sample. They will just automatically resize to fit the tempo. So I firstly turn on the stretch, then I change the key or the octave of the pitch. Sorry. Then I change the pitch of the instrumental to something a little bit jazzy. You know, the previous one, which is the original one, sound more R&B like. So all these things are just something you need to do with personal discretion. Okay, so then after that, I think that's all. Sometimes I'll just change the key of the sample by just right clicking on any of these keys right here. To see all the keys, press this button. You see all the keys. So in this particular case, it's on C. So I can just change it to E by right clicking on here, then to just be flipped like that. So that's everything I did on this sample. Then I now duplicate it, which is I made another copy by right clicking on it and click clone, or I can come to my playlist and click on this mini button right here and click make unique right there. So to create another copy or another version of that sample. So the other version of the sample is this one. What I did on this one is pretty much the same thing, but I reduced it to an octave low. You understand, to give me that teeny bitty part of the sample. Sometimes I like to turn on the cut the self just to trim the edges of the sample, depending on what you are going for. In this case, I just decided to leave it like that. So one sample flipped into two versions. So with that, we are making these whole beats. Then let me show you what's in the FPC rack because there seem to be a lot of drum rolls happening. This is the FPC. For those of you that don't know FPC or it's your first time seeing this FPC plugin, it's a very, very, very powerful tool, very powerful tool that helps you to rack up your set of instruments so that you can use your MPD, your MPC device to play it live while the record button is turned on. So in this particular case, I have this set of instruments laid out here.
SD Music. SD Music.
Good. So also one of the powerful features it has is that it has some customization option right here. Like in this case, this particular one, you see, I turn on, I came to this place, firstly, turn on this button. Initially, it will be like this. So if once you turn on the button, which means this envelope here, you can use it to shape the particular wave file or instrument that you are using. So which means you can alter the attack, the decay, the sustain, and also the release. You can use these buttons here to do it, or you can just easily use this knob to drag it. In this case, I just push the attack back to the more to the wall so that we have the stick sound hitting very hard. You know, since it's like the basic one of the basic instruments or elements in the beats. So isn't it? Moving on. Now let's assemble the beats and see how it all builds up. Listen to some part of the track before we round up for today. Let's go.
SD Music. SD Music.
On there. You know the story. The way the life you had, you had to see you there, holy. Akachi neke na putu makagi.
Alright guys, that's one way of doing it. That's one way of flipping a sample in FL Studio. Well, I see you next time. Keep practicing, keep learning, and peace.
Life is sweet though when person get money. Hey, when person get money. Yeah, yeah, buddy.